when the adrenals have taken a hit for a long time because you have been under chronic stress, maybe you've gone through, a period of stress with one of your children or with aging parents or your spouse or even your own health. Maybe it has been career stress or business stress or financial strain, or you have been under eating for a really long time, or you've had high levels of inflammation, or like I said, it can be internal stress as well. So when those adrenals have taken a hit for a long time, or you are that overachieving woman that I talked about maybe in the last episode where you burn the candle at both ends, and you are the people pleaser, and you are the person who says, I'll do it, or you're the person who has a really hard time asking for help. When those adrenals have taken a hit for a long time because of this chronic stress, then the thyroid starts to become impacted. So if you are someone who has a thyroid diagnosis, your adrenals preceded what was happening with the thyroid. And your thyroid does have an impact on our metabolism, specifically your metabolic active form of thyroid hormone, which is called T3. And this is why it is so very, very important that women in midlife are getting a full thyroid panel so we can truly understand what is happening from the thyroid level. Because getting your TSH, which is called thyroid stimulating hormone, tested once a year at your annual physical is not telling you what's going on in the thyroid, because TSH is actually secreted by your pituitary gland, which is then signaling to your thyroid how much T4, which is thyroid hormone, but it's the inactive form, to secrete. And so this is something that I work with women on all the time, is like I alluded to in last week's episode, is like all your labs are quote unquote normal, but those labs are incomplete. And I recently had a full thyroid panel come back for a client, and I sent her interpretation video, and her response was, wow, this makes me feel like I'm not crazy. There's actually an explanation for why I have been experiencing and feeling the way that I do. And that's really, really important, because as women, we need that validation. And a lot of times, I don't think it's on purpose always, we're being gaslit by Western medicine. And so when it comes to thyroid, bringing the gut back into this conversation, your thyroid secretes something called T4, which is inactive, and your body needs to convert that to the metabolic active form. And this primarily happens in two places in your body. And one of those is the liver. And this is why making sure that your drainage pathways are open, making sure your liver health is well, is really important. And it also happens in the gut. And so if you've got things going on in the gut, like opportunistic bacteria, parasites, fungus, all of those things, your body isn't going to prioritize that conversion. And so that's where the gut comes into this conversation. And then to come back to the thyroid, you also have a hormone called reverse T3. And this often is not checked. And so usually it's something you need to ask for, or you need to come to a practitioner like myself that will order a full thyroid panel for you, because reverse T3 is like the metabolic brake in the body. So if that number is high, it's like your body is it's slamming on the brake and saying, nope, we're conserving energy. We're not letting that metabolism actually be as robust as it could be, because there's stress in the system. And so that is a really, really important marker. And that marker can give you insight into leptin and leptin resistance, which is something I talked about on last week's episode.